Hi, in this section we'll cover FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. This is federal legislation, and every person that is granted access to the SAMA system must complete FERPA 101 from the U.S. Department of Education. You'll need to save your certificate of completion. You only have to take this class once, regardless of how many years you may use the SAMA system, but you do need that FERPA completion certificate if asked for it every year that you use the system. So make sure that you don't lose it. Uh, what is FERPA? It applies to any public or private elementary, secondary, or post-secondary school. It also applies to any state or local education agency that receives funds under an applicable program of the U.S. Department of Education. There's two primary purposes. It gives parents or eligible students more control over their educational records, and it prohibits educational institutions from disclosing personal identifiable information, or PII, in education records without the written consent of an eligible student, or if the student is a minor, the student's parents. An eligible student is one who has reached age 18 or attends a school beyond the high school level. So, why is this important for after school programs or other KHA funded programs? In most cases, you are required through the contract you sign for funding with the Kids Hope Alliance to record the student ID from DCPS. Any data with the student ID becomes PII, that personal identifiable information. And therefore, we are working with the Duval County Public School System and all other agencies and funding organizations to ensure that every piece of data, whether it be the student ID and gender or the student ID and race, whatever the combination of data is, that is protected when it is stored with that student ID, which is a link back to educational records. You should also know that we keep, for most years, a data shared agreement with Duval County Public Schools, wherein we exchange information and data on students for student aid studies, because after school programming and other KHA funded programs are considered student aid. It falls within the FERPA guidelines for how we can process reports and studies on that information. So that you have a formal definition of PII, personally identifiable information includes information that can be used to distinguish or trace an individual's identity, either directly or indirectly through linkages with other information. And you see links here where you can get more information about that. Now, I mentioned that you do need to take this course from the U.S. Department of Education at least once. And interactive training, you would come down here and access the course. It's 30 to 40 minutes, and you can do it 7 and 24. How do you find this link? Well, you see the URL up there, but there's an easy way to get to it. You can go to the Kids Hope Alliance website under the providers option, choose SAMUS, and then we will have a link here, FERPA training, scheduling instructions. If you click that, then you'll get a Word document that has the link back to this page, as well as information that will help you through the registration process. So that's everything that you need to know to get started on FERPA training. And again, once you complete this one-time training, please keep your certificate of completion. Thank you.